Sorry, I can't hear you. No! But it has been allowed to, and it has been facilitated to. Because this cannot happen without somebody intentionally and meaningfully and wanting to do so makes it happen. People don't even know in the country that the official number of weapons which were handed out, and I very clearly, categorically say handed out, these weapons of mass destruction were handed out because not a single bullet was fired when they were so-called being looted. What were the security forces doing? Is it an armory or a kindergarten school that somebody walks in and says, bye-bye, I'm taking 10,000 bombs with me? 7,000 guns, 7 lakh bullets, 14,500 bombs. This is the rough official number. The unofficial number is much higher, and we know how in our country, unfortunately, the statistics are hidden. According to an ex-army general, the number of guns is about 15 to 20,000. So Manipur is a very stark example of everything that's wrong with this country today. Manipur is not an isolated incident. It is the result of 10 years or more of hatred, of mob lynching, of discrimination, of divide and rule, and trying to tear away the fabric and the country. It is not an isolated thing. You have to very clearly understand this. And you have to now take the stand from a perspective of the country. You cannot say this is only for Manipur. This is for Manipur, this is for the Northeast, and this is for the entire country that we call and love, which is India. Will you all do that? Yes. Now, there are people who are very anguished and say that I'm an undercover agent. Well, I'm an above ground friend of Manipur, of every community, and of the entire country. And I will tell you that in this last 1.5 years, everything that I've seen is just beyond belief. There has been a misinformation campaign, which we'll come to later. But one of the biggest concerns for me is the person who's today in charge of Manipur, the Governor Ajay Bhalla. Now in Manipur Ki Baat, former Home Secretary Mr. G.K. Pillai gave the suggestion that the government should maybe roll out a 7-day period for everyone to surrender their weapons. This was on the 18th of March, and on the 20th of March, the governor actually rolled out that notice. Very, very few guns have come in. We don't know the number of ammunition. I didn't see any bombs which have been surrendered. But this, everyone should understand, is an issue of national security. It was under the same Ajay Bhalla, who was Home Secretary, that this entire handover of arms happened. After my representation to the President of India, in December 2023 sent this letter to the Home Secretary asking for this issue to be addressed. That has never been answered. So this Home Secretary doesn't even bother about the President of India. My concern is that if a disease has been caused by, let's say, a doctor or an hospital, would you go back to the same doctor or the same hospital for your treatment? Unfortunately, today that is what the case is. The people who have caused this disease, who have caused this massacre, are now in charge of projecting that they are going to solve this. It is beyond me how they will solve it. They will be trying to find a way to keep themselves safe from not being arrested and being sent to jail. Every single person who facilitated this, from the top to the bottom, needs to be arrested and sent to jail. The things that I saw in the Supreme Court, the matter is not being listed. For 1 year, the matter was not listed. Despite numerous pleas, when you give them an application, they tell you this rule or that rule. But where were the rules when those arms were handed out? Where were the rules when people were being butchered and massacred? At 5 o'clock, sharp 5 o'clock, Delhi police and other agencies will come here and say, your time is over, the rule does not permit you beyond 5. I ask Delhi police and everyone else, why are these people even here?
Yes, yes.
You have the audacity to stop people from even seeking and begging for their lives to be saved by saying 5 बज गए आंदोलन का समय खत्म, but इनको आंदोलन करना क्यों पड़ रहा है? A Kargil war veteran's wife was among the two ladies who were paraded naked and groped in public, and what all happened after that, I don't know. What message are we sending to the Indian Armed Forces? The war veteran was forced to say that I was able to keep the nation safe, but I could not keep my own wife safe. What message are we sending to people across the world? Army generals were giving out cries.